I didn't know then that this case would take me to the village where I grew up. It all started with a phone call. I was sitting in the library and trying to finish an article about typography. Alex was sitting next to me with his laptop and pretending to work. In fact, he was watching some video with headphones and sometimes quietly laughing. "Are you really working?" I asked. "Absolutely," he said without turning around. Then my phone rang. "Grandma Dorothy." I went out into the hallway. "Melly," she said. "Nancy has died." Nancy was her best friend. They had been friends since childhood. Since the time when they ran on the same street in our village. "Grandma," I said quietly. "How are you?" "I'm fine," she said. Her voice was calm. But I knew her. A calm voice doesn't mean she is okay. I was silent for a moment. Then I asked carefully. "You said they hadn't seen each other for many years. Did she ever come back?" "No," Grandma said. "She left one day, and that was it. I still don't understand why." She paused. "You know, Melly, yesterday I was looking through old letters. And I found one. From Nancy. She wrote it before she left. I didn't understand it then. But now I read it again, and I think there is something important there. Something she didn't say directly." "What does it say?" "Come, and I'll show you," Grandma said simply. I came back to the library. Alex had already taken off his headphones and was looking at me. "Is everything okay?" he asked. "I need to go to my grandma," I said. "To the village. For the weekend." "Okay," he said. "I'm coming with you." "Alex, you really don't have to." "Melly," he said calmly. "You went out with a normal face, and came back with this." He showed something unclear with his hand. "I'm coming with you." I didn't argue. We went to the village by bus for 2 hours. Outside the window there was a forest, then fields, then forest again. I looked at the road and thought about my grandma. Her name is Dorothy. She is 72. She is small and strong and never complains. She has lived alone in the village since my grandfather died. She says she feels good. Maybe it's true. But I still worry about her. I grew up in this village. Then we moved to the city when I was 13. Grandma stayed. She said the city was too noisy. "Do you miss it?" Alex asked. I thought. I miss my grandma, yes. The village, I don't know. Everything is slow there. After university, it feels strange. Alex nodded and looked out the window again. "But it's quiet," he said. "You've never seen our village." "I've heard enough about it," he said with a smile. I threw a crumpled piece of paper at him. He caught it without looking. Grandma met us at the gate. She hugged me tightly. Then she looked at Alex. "Are you hungry?" she asked. "A little," he said honestly. "Then come inside." She gave us soup and pies. Alex ate 2 pieces of pie and said it was the best thing he had eaten all week. Grandma looked at him with respect and gave him a 3rd piece. "I will come more often," Alex said quietly to me. "Only for the pies," I said. "What else does a person need in life?" We drank tea. Outside, the branches of an old apple tree were moving. The house smelled of wood and something warm. Then Grandma stood up, went to the cupboard, and took out an envelope. She put it on the table in front of me. "Here," she said. "This is Nancy's letter. I found it yesterday." The envelope was old. The paper was a little yellow at the edges. On top, Grandma's handwriting. From Nancy. 1987. "May I read it?" I asked. "That's why I'm showing it," Grandma said. I read it aloud. Slowly, because the handwriting was small. Nancy wrote briefly. She wrote that she was leaving. That she had to. That she could not explain, not yet. She asked Grandma not to worry. And at the end there was one strange sentence. "Dottie, some things are better left where they are. Otherwise everything will fall apart." I lowered the letter. "What does it mean?" I asked. Grandma shook her head. "I don't understand either. I didn't understand then. I don't understand now." She left, and that was it. We wrote letters. Then we called. But about the reason, never. Not a word. "Didn't you ask?" Alex asked. "I did." She said. "Dottie, everything is fine." Grandma sighed. I stopped asking. Alex looked at me. I looked at him. "Grandma," I said. "And her family? Her daughter?" "Linda. She is coming in 2 days. To clean the old house. Nancy never sold it." Grandma paused. "Her granddaughter is coming too. Very young, about 18. For 2 days we helped Grandma with the house. Alex fixed the gate that had been squeaking for half a year. Grandma watched with clear approval. "Good boy," she said quietly to me. "He can hear you, Grandma." "I know," she said. And did not lower her voice. Alex pretended to be very busy with the gate. In the evenings we sat together and drank tea. Grandma told stories about Nancy, what she was like when she was young. Cheerful. Stubborn. Always with her own ideas. Was she in love? I asked. Grandma paused a little. There was one man. Bill. They were friends since childhood, like us. He was good. Kind. But he already had a family. A wife, a small child. She turned the cup in her hands. I never asked directly. But I saw how she looked at him. The room became quiet. And him? I asked carefully. And him, Grandma said simply. Alex put his cup on the table. Do you think that's why she left? He asked quietly. Grandma didn't answer. She just looked out the window. Linda and her daughter Jessie came on Wednesday morning. Linda was about 47. Calm, quiet, a bit like her mother. Jessie was 18, dark-haired, with curious eyes. She looked at the village like at a place she had only heard about. We helped them open the house. It had been closed for a long time, it smelled of old wood and dust. Everything inside was as it was. As if Nancy just left and didn't come back. Jessie walked around the rooms and carefully touched things, a photo frame, an old box, a stack of books. Did you know my grandma? She asked me. No, I said. I only know her story. A little. Jessie nodded. Me too. I didn't really know her. She was closed. She took one of the photos. Mom says she never talked about the village. Not once. We found the box by accident. Jessie was taking things from a shelf in the bedroom and touched something in the corner. A small wooden box fell to the floor. No lock, just a lid. Inside were letters. A few. Tied with an old ribbon. Jessie called her mother. Linda took the letters, looked at the handwriting, and froze. This is not my mother's handwriting, she said. I was standing next to her. Alex too. May I? I asked quietly. Linda gave me one envelope. It had no name. Only a date, the same year as Grandma's letter. 1987. We all sat in the living room. Grandma came too, Linda called her. Linda read the letters. Out loud, slowly. A man wrote them. His name was Bill. He wrote simply and honestly. No beautiful words. He wrote that he understood her. That he saw how hard it was for her. That it was hard for him too. But he could not leave his family, not because he didn't want to, but because it was not right. And Nancy knew it better than he did. In the last letter he wrote, Nancy, you are better than me. You always knew what is right. I'm glad you are leaving. It is hard to say this. But I'm glad. Linda stopped. She folded the paper. The room was quiet. Jessie looked out the window. Then said quietly. She left so she would not break his family. And her own life too, Grandma said. She was smart. Smarter than many. Was she alone? Jessie asked. All her life? No, Linda said. There was your grandfather. They met later. She was happy. In her own way. Jessie nodded slowly, as if something became clear inside her. In the evening, Alex and I sat outside on an old bench. Grandma brought us tea and went back into the house. It was quiet. It smelled of grass and a little smoke. She could stay, I said. And nothing would happen anyway. He wouldn't leave his family. Maybe, Alex said. But she didn't want to check. That's strong, I said. To leave like that. To nowhere. She knew where she was going, Alex said. She just didn't know what would happen there. That's different. I thought about it. You are a philosopher, I said. I am a programmer, he said. We just think logically. That was not logical at all. That was about feelings. I am improving, Alex said seriously. I laughed. For the first time in these days, I really laughed. Before leaving, Jessie found me outside. Thank you, she said. I don't know for what exactly. Just thank you. Are you glad you know? She thought. Yes. Now I understand my grandma. She was strong. She made a hard choice, and didn't complain. Jessie looked at the house. I think she was right. I nodded. On the bus home, I looked out the window. Forest, fields, forest again. Alex was sitting next to me and was silent. He knows how to be silent, not heavy silence, but calm. Then he said, "How are you?" "Thinking," I said. "About what?" "That sometimes the bravest thing is just to leave. Not to argue, not to explain. Just go, because it is right." Alex looked at me. "About Nancy?" "About Nancy," I said. "And a little about all of us." It was getting dark outside. The village was behind us. Ahead were the city lights and a new week at the university. I thought about the letters in the wooden box. About Bill, who wrote, "I'm glad you are leaving," and maybe it was the most honest thing he could say. About Nancy, who left and built a new life. And about Jessie, who now knows that her grandma was not just a closed person, she was a person with a story. Everyone has a story. Not everyone tells it. Alex pushed me with his shoulder. "Hey. Mini investigation?" I smiled. Closed. This case was warm and simple. They didn't know what was coming next. Soon, they would be looking for the owner of a bloody shoe. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like and subscribe.